Hello? How are we doing today, everybody? Time to play a game, I think. Let me first see. Time to play a game. I'm so used to playing a game still. Hey, everybody. Time to play a game, I think. Let me first see. Time to play a game. I'm so used to playing a game still. Hey, everybody. Time to play. Apologies, I am listening to make sure that things work here. Still. I've got some ambient tracks playing. Apologies, I am listening to make sure that things work here. I've got some ambient tracks playing. Apologies, I am listening to make sure that... Okay, that's enough. I think it's fine. YouTube Studio has a new look for live streaming, and I don't yet know how I feel about it. Alright. Let's get going. Dear John, it's Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. The Colonel amuses men marginally less soused than be on a sweltering Mississippi evening. In true Sassacre form, he puts his astonishing julep intake to use with the textbook execution of Butterfinger's solitaire. Dear John, ooh, you are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, I will read the much easier to read version of this. You are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the mangrit needed to lift the book is itself a sign of your maturity, not even to speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sassacre's time-tested mischief. I am so proud of you, grandson. Ooh, I had mused, and I can prove this because I put it in my notes, that Daddy Egbert was... Colonel Sassacre, but if it was Granddaddy Egbert... How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh. But I am afraid it wasn't in the cards. For you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life. And even then will continue some, though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day, when he and you are ready. But should I be reading this in more of an old man voice, perhaps? Haha, I like this. But it is your journey I am writing about to wish you luck. There will come a day when you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty in a timeless expanse. A realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens. A realm where four will gather, the heir of breath and seer of light and knight of time and witch of space. And together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were. I regret my passion came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, John, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. Hartford, Connecticut, American Publishing Company. Blythe & Co., Newark, New Jersey. Toledo, Ohio. Oilman, Chicago, Middleton, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hutchison. Company, San Francisco. With love. Anna, I was reading this in the wrong voice. Or Nana. Oh, I was assuming it was his granddad because of it being Colonel Sassacre's. I was so stuck on the theory that it was Colonel Sassacre was his granddad. I was reading this in the very wrong voice. But I don't actually dislike this in any way. Alright, let's zoom out a bit. Act 3. Yes! Alright, the narcoleptic is here. With the pumpkin of summoned by Vagabond. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics, as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name too, or maybe not. It is hard to say for sure without asking her. But since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her— Fuck off! No, wake her! It would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Come on, audience, we can do better than usual here. Enter name. Farm Stink Buttless. I mean, even for goofball names, that's your worst effort. She can't correct you! Ha! This is on you, unseen narrator! This was your mistake! It's too late now! I guess her name is Farmstick. Great. Oh, wake up! You try to roust Farmstink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she is holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from. Oh, I mean, like, her arms are actually just flat out there. They're right there, in plain sight. Look, they are flashing red. Drop pumpkin on Farmstink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and frankly, it is hard to imagine there ever was a pumpkin, in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, what would be a terrible thing to do to poor, sweet Farmstink? That would be a really terrible thing to do. What was that? Minus something. Oh, it's like -1 health, maybe? Read note. The story is stuck with her being Farmstink for the time being. Farmstink? That is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is... What is your involvement in this world, the inner workings, Farmstink? My name is Jade Harley. That actually kind of sucks, to be real with you, Jade. That's not great. That is the worst name, and one of the characters' names is Egbert. That is the worst. That is... Go back to being Farmstink. What are you? And why do you have a blue pumpkin on your shirt? Or lab coat. I think it's a lab coat, actually. Examine room. Your name is Farm Stink. No, it's Jade. Okay. You have just woken from a restful nap, and as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite a number of interests. So many, in fact, you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort out everything on your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Play a silly flute refrain with a flute that's present. Ooh, the flowery symbol. Yo! We are, of course, pausing the music. Flute performance by Jan van den Hemel. I put her to sleep first. Okay, Z puts her to sleep. Ooh, holding it does... Oh no, holding it's mean. Oh no, this might be the rest of the stream. How many keys is there something for? You just know someone's recreated Megalovania in this. Shift does not work. Enter does not work. Ooh. She falls asleep after that one. Okay, the various F keys do nothing. Backspace does nothing. Plus, minus do nothing. Surprisingly, the arrow keys do nothing. Spacebar is a little surprising to do nothing. Oh, there's probably a code. I'm gonna go back to the last live stream for what the code was that did something special, if you give me a moment. Live chat replay. Where are you? There it is. They moved it a while ago and it's still not used to it. Or I actually think it was stream 2 where we first had our game that you could move around an extended amount on. Where I learned it. Yeah, I think it was part 2. It's like Alt and plus or something like that. I don't remember. Suppose it could have been part 1, but that seems like too early. There it is. The game. Let me see. Alt and T. Control Alt Shift T. Let's see. This was 253, so I'll go back there since I know what happens. 769. Control T. Okay. Hello again, Rebecca Blue. Apologies if you were there for a while. I was investigating my own history. We're making her play music right now. To what end? Probably none, but let's see. Control T does nothing! The secret code, that which I am aware, has no effects here! This is the rest of the stream. This is all there is. You know, I still think your name should stay Farm Stink, but I think you're alright, Jade. I don't know what evil machinations you have in play that you're manipulating your friends, but for now I like you. Okay. Aww! Well, let's try a little harder. You really suck at this thing. Dang it. I was just messing around. I'm sorry. Sleep. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually— Damn, narrator, you ain't gotta be bogus like that. You actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this flute even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time, especially to your unending chagrin. Any sort of large orange gourd that might be lying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. I like the little, rubber bands, I assume, on her fingers. Ah, yeah, there is a pumpkin. Many a pumpkin, actually. But a specific of note is... where is it? This one. Because we tried to kill her with it, apparently. We were trying to wake her up. Also, She's meta-aware, I think. I'm vaguely concerned about this girl. Okay. Captcha log flute, can you? On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute, and there is no reason to take your frustration out on it. You just need some practice. But before you captcha log the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Set modus. What you got for us? Is this gonna be as complicated? Yeah, oh god, you have all the choices. Roll over above with mouse. You have a wide variety of fetch modi to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this modus set for Christmas. He is a total badass, even if a little strict. Oh no. Oh no. We're adding your grandpa to the set of insane relatives that the family that the main characters have. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. Let's see what let's go from top to bottom. Yep, this is proving troublesome. Alright, we got the boggle modus. Beg that we never have to learn what how that one works. We have the Pictionary modus. I want to know how that one works. We have the Monopoly modus. We have the Yahtzee modus. Gonna be reviewing video games in a very unorthodox manner. Very much not Game Bro magazine material. We have the Clue modus. We have the Connect 4 modus. This and which one was it? The Pictionary modus. I very much want to know how that worked. The Jenga modus, the Battleship modus. Is that all the cards you have on the Battleship modus? The Ouija modus. Okay, that's number 3 for I want to know. The Guess Who modus. Is it just like you randomized cards like, haha, random bullshit, go? The Operation modus. Just imagining how these work is great. And the Memory modus, which is just like the memory game. You got a bunch of cards out in front of you and you have to match them, right? I haven't heard of anyone playing Guess Who in quite some time. Select memory. You set your modus to memory and captcha log the flute. You allot 9 cards to the modus from your deck, since that will be more than enough for the needs of the moment. The modus grabs... I'm putting the music back on, I apologize. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you must first pick 1 card, and then pick its matching card. For the typical Silodexer, this modus presents a frustrating guessing game, and a lot of wasted time on mismatching. But you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. So, yeah, not beating the meta-aware allegations just yet. Squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. If ever there was a chance for a character to take one of the absurd audience suggestions. It is an awfully silly idea and is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard this thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. As she grabs the fertilizer. I knew it. Oh my god, this is so much fun! Do we have a favorite character? Maybe. You captcha-log the bag of fertilizer. Consult colorful reminders. Ooh, yeah, that's what those are for. It's the memory thing. Wait a goddamn, I guess you don't need to remember if you always guess on the right try with the memory modus. I suppose. Wait. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you can be a little forgetful. So you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there is something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, I am going to have to make a chart of your finger string system, aren't I? Oh no, there is something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday. We've jumped back in time, okay. A little hard to tell sometimes. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a way that means something slightly different, as in, it's a dangerous day today, isn't it? And you know that for some reason. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should drop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. Captcha-log the pumpkin growing next to you. You snap up that pumpkin, which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. We'll see about that. Exit this room. The symbol on her shirt is changing. Okay. Obviously, that's the main flower symbol that we saw a portal open up that looked like that an asteroid popped out of at the end of Act 2. Thank you, Rebecca Blue. Okay, and I believe all of the items that have been on her shirt have been relevant throughout the adventures up to this point. Exit this room. Oh, no, that's the symbol. It's kind of similar, those two symbols. Okay, so it's nice to know that you are MC Escher's long-lost daughter. You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Captcha-log something. Anything. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce to fill some more cards. You pick a juicy red crab apple with a face on it for some reason. You go pick a nice looking key lime. Surprised it doesn't look like a key. Then a delicious mandarin orange. Those are your favorite. And finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. That kind of looks like an alchemeter, but we're seeing more teleportation nonsense. Okay. What kind of fun are we getting into? You transportalize upstairs. I believe it is the same technology that was called a purifying by the wayward vagabond. Just above is your room, which is remarkably barren. Ascend. Oh, okay, it's not your room. Oh, I misunderstood. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. Okay, we need to perhaps, although I'm willing to bet that you actually already know him, introduce you to Dave's brother with the puppet nonsense. Ooh, and no, actually, yeah, you definitely know Dave's brother because you've got his comic on your wall. Let's see, we have the pogo thing. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't really see anything that's directly tied to Rose here. But yeah, Dave and John both have a little bit of representation going on in this mismatch of interests. Oh wow, those are octopi. I thought they just had really gangly legs and arms. Oh no. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphological, anthropomorphological persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic fits of narcolepsy. You enjoy them. Your love of your love of gardening. You enjoy them. Your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. Yes, you are. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize this is only one half of your room, and is therefore host to only half of your interests to choose from. Explore the other half of your room. Science! And guns, apparently. Over here, there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphologically, persuaded or otherwise. Anthropomorphically. Yeah, I got so used to saying it the wrong way, I suppose. Anthropomorphically persuaded or otherwise. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you have still not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work. Broad, flat gizmo. Are we referring to the Omnitrix-looking thing, which is a design you have borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You're a great admirer of his, and you are not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventure, big-name hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know, such as your shirt-changing technology. Which, oh dear. But in spite of all his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are on the way out of the house to run your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. I am at the point of thinking that we're gonna find out that we're in a Charlie's Angels situation. The grandpa is, ordering around the, Dave's brother, Rose's mom, and John's dad to do, on ridiculous quests. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Bickwhirl. This animal must be fed, and he will not be happy if he is not. And if he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you really should dig out your computer and say hi to John. Now, what will you do? Bickwhirl. Bickwhirl. Maybe bookworm? Quickly retrieve firearms from wall. I don't think there's a need to quickly do this. Remember, audience, we're in the past. You equip your trusty hunting rifle. There would be hell to pay if Granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Wonder why the design on your shirt changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobifier on its randomization setting. I am not sure my zombie music track fits the mood here. That was concerning. I have a long playlist of ambiances. Nothing to do with what's going on in Jade's house, as far as I know. Maybe there's screaming going on, but we can't currently hear it. You may contemplate which shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future. I feel as though it's probably most appropriate to do one of the flower-adjacent things for you. As far as your main character design goes. Capture log nearest Squiddles doll and hug it. I think you'd want to hug it first and then capture log it. Just before you can grab one, the powerful electromagnets concealed in their underbellies become activated, and two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. And you are thrilled by this occurrence. You capture log the Tangle Buddies. Lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. What are our audience? What are we being jerks for? Feel like we're about to see an actually angry version of Jade here, maybe. Oh, it's even worse. Oh, but you could never do that! What marvelous creatures they are! What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdom. Now you wish you could know their world, to hear one night those muted paw pads traipse up your stairs, a low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the soap recedes from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting moonlight. A mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't these ears suit you? Would not this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? No need to answer. Words slough from the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more visceral sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now, a force untouched by the concerns and burdens of the upright, that farcical yoke the bipedal toe. It now drives you through the midnight brush, your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold stomp bright odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You ate a weird bug and don't even care. Pick up your toys. Speaking of which, you pick up and admire one of your manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb? Coxcomb? I don't. No more scary things. We'll save the scary songs for when something climactic is happening. Speaking of which, you pick up and admire one of your manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb, which we will not analyze further, however will you be received at that barnyard gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each manthro chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop trough. Organize all your dolls. You gather all your dolls into a rather cozy-looking pile. Change wardrobifier setting. You deactivate the wardrobifier's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these 3 shirt designs. The decision was tough, but you came to the best possible conclusion. Pick shit. There's no way, I was gonna say, there's no way we would actually be able to, right now. Alright. Leaf, Spirograph, Flower, Ghost, Devil Beast, Pumpkin, Atom, Squiddle, Radioactive and Sun. Atom, Spirograph, and Sun are the 3 winners. Which one's the Sun? Like... Huh. Look out the window. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. The birds are singing, the sun is shining. On days like this, kids like you should be burning in hell. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A rather imposing volcano looms over your house, which has been inactive for centuries. Though dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You are not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from this source of energy when he had the unlimited power of the atom at his disposal. I know that usually the capitals are just to denote something important or you know, name dropped rather than to denote someone screaming, but I choose to believe that it's both this time. When he had the full concentrated power of the sun! The unlimited power of the atom at his disposal. but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You have chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for eclectic fursuits. Wait, you mean pursuits. But... retrieve fursuit from magic chest. But it would be adorable. What is this nonsense about fursuits? I'm not the one who brought that up. You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all, but it has never occurred to you to dress as one. Sure, it is fun to imagine what it would be like to run wild with a pack of wolves, or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens, but dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still just be a silly girl draped in a raggedy synthetic tufty piece of crap. And seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? Anyway, it is not a magic chest. It is your gadget chest, which you have adapted for storing a number of useful gizmos. It was once your oracle's trunk, a gift from your grandfather, of course, and still contains many silly fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. Open chat. Are you sure we can't consider getting you that blue fursuit of imagination? His maybe. Open chest. No Colonel Sassacres, it seems. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks are these items: a crystal ball plus compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8-ball, a magic cue ball, and one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Sooth instead of Problem Sleuth. Among the useful gizmos are, of course, your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to the kitchen. There is a cookalizer for preparing delicious meals. Preparing delicious meals. And a refrigerator, a name which clearly is a wacky variation on the much more common household item, the refrigerificator. Examine Magic 8-Ball and Magic Cue Ball. Are you sure that was the most interesting thing here? These things are stupid and useless. When the Magic 8-Ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous, its forecast is always wrong. You have tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true. This is its reply when you ask if it is your friend John's birthday today, see? Stupid! You guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device and always trust the opposite of what it says, but that seems dumb to you. And anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but you are a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences that might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. The Magic Cue Ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Sadly, it does not share these. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to view the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. I was thinking the same, but I am choosing to trust Jade that she knows what's up. For whatever reason, I am deciding I'm totally on board with this insane narcoleptic child of uncertain magical capabilities. Capsulog refrigerator. You take the refrigerator. You might as well grab the cookalizer too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. You take, is this not exceeding your deck at this point? You take your lunchbox too. Your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Whoops, there goes your flute. but who cares? Aw, the flute was nice. Feed your friend. Before you go to feed Beck, you need to prepare a meal for him. You clear some space on your work table so you can set up your refrigerator and cookalizer. Just for fun, Jade allows you to take a stab at matching the cards to use the gizmos. It doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside while providing a few generous hints. No, warmer, cooler, cold, warmer, yes, no, cold, ice cold, warmer. Can I actually? It would be a simple game to program, actually. I'm a little surprised they didn't make this one. Of all the games that they did program, this would be the easiest one. You have selected the key lime. Way to go. Try again. Hot! Wait, no, cold, really cold. Frozen fucking tundra. Take another crack at this. Congratulations, you advance your matching skills to the new level. Yukon Hero, Legacy of the Frostbite Amputee. Jade is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you were going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application, which totally works. No. And what's going on here, actually? I wonder if there was something at the time and they just took, like, the average result from it or something? Maybe? Look at all these fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. You just deploy the gadgets yourself. Stick fruits in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. These fruits are unlikely to become less imputed anytime soon, regardless of where they are stored. But you stick them in anyway. You take a look at the refrigerator's You take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he is in the mood for today. Press the steak button. Okay, well, it's a rotary dial, so there's no buttons to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. You dial up a thick T-bone steak, which you are sure Bequirl is in the mood for because he is in the mood for steak every day and is never in the mood for anything else. But he does like his steak well cooked. Lightly irradiate steak. He does prefer his steak rare after. What do you mean? What? But you will not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not that. You capture log the irradiated steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all those nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Examine the atomic bass by your bed. Base. I was looking for a fish. Says I have poor connection right now. Can you hear me? Let me see. Does I have poor connection right now? Okay, I'm going to trust that the world hasn't exploded just yet. You've tuned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. Which, by the way, what is it with you and constantly having arms? Oh. You switch your eclectic bass to its advanced setting, but you promptly switch it back, since obviously it's too complicated to play it in person like this. The default setting is your preferred mode for casual jamming. And since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casually jam is exactly what you're gonna do. Play a hauntingly relaxing bass line. You just know eventually all four kids are going to be together and playing their respective instruments of expertise. Ooh. Ooh, did we see that particular tower in the previous? What is that? Ooh. It's still going, so I'm still watching. I believe it just stopped. See if anything still happens. Okay. Well, that ended up being a hell of a lot more important than I expected. I thought it was just going to be fun. You take the portable amp from the wall socket, too. Open lunch top. I'll be right back. It seems my stream bitrate has returned to somewhat stable levels. Let's get... Oh, wait, I didn't read this. You like to make yourself comfy in your plushie pile before getting down to business with your computer. Get down to business to find out how far back in time we are. Go back. Okay, it starts with, like, that initial shot of the, portal flower nonsense. So your web browsing is kind of like Edward from Cowboy Bebop. The background music is vastly more appropriate right now, but I will attempt to, Oh, no, back. Back. No. Yeah, I want to see the initial thing, because it was different. Loading. Okay, and it was just, okay. I just needed to take a look at it. Activate Pester Chum. Hey, look! John is online! Hooray! Also, it looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. Pester John. I believe the voice I assigned to you, Jade, was like chain-smoking grandma. Like, listen here! You greet John. Hi, John. Happy birthday. Hey, John. Hi, John. Hi, John. Happy birthday. Hi, happy birthday, John. Who says I'm not the next Mark Hamill? You greet John, but he does not respond. He is undoubtedly gallivanting around his house in a state of barely restrained birthday mirth. He may also be retrieving the 2 packages and the 2 envelopes, which you are certain came in the mail for him earlier. You will wait a little while and see if he returns before you head out. See if Dave left you a sweet... Ooh, you have more friends. Oh, no, are the people down there the people you don't like? The troll slum? Like you got them blocked or something? Ooh. You will wait a little while and see if he returns before you head out. See if Dave left you a sweet new rap. What's up, bro? Hey! Oh, you're asleep again, aren't you? Or do you even know if you are? I still don't know how that works. It does not appear so. But you just never know with that crazy and cool guy. So cool. Oh. Turn tech god. Began pestering Garden Gnostic at, let's believe, 11:14 p.m. Hey! Oh! Oh, this is the same stuff, okay. It's like nothing means anything. It's so cool getting hella chumped by your coquettish damn riddles all the time. I don't know why I believe anything you say. I'm like the Grand Marshal of gross chumpage. Waving around my chumpductor baton. Assistant Director of Chumpography. Celebrated author Ernest Chumpingway. Wait, weak. Chumple Stiltskin. Chumple dipshit. Yeah, you're asleep, you know? Yes or no, I see. I don't know what ASL means. Oh, S equals species. Baboon? Kangaroo rat? If kangaroo rat, yeah, what? If kangaroo rat, give twice, please. Are we entirely sure this is Dave? 'Cause Dave is weird, but this seems like a stretch even for him. I think someone's hacked his account. Okay, well, you're not saying anything, so I guess whether you're not awake or unasleep or whatever, you're just not around. You're just not around, and I'm wasting good material. Even worse, I'm wasting a killer persona here. Like, are we sure this is the same person? Like, I don't know, like a wide open V-shaped leotard and a fuck ton of body paint. Isn't that just a Thundercat? Like some sinewy, back-arcing, Cirque du Soleil looking motherfucker? Always low to the ground getting a good prowl on? Like I dropped my keys in the dark, nimblest son of a bitch who had the gumption to glue a nasty pair of latex hat lips to his face for a reason that wasn't a joke. Jade, hey, where are you? Seriously, I'm sitting here tonight with a fucking bag of kibble jacked open on my lap and primed for goddamn bear. And you're gone. BT dubs, my name is Aquate Permusk. Hardest buttock in the jungle. Tempered steel. Yeah, just wanted to give you this remix I finished here. Oh, guess it's time for me to leave. That's it for the stream, folks. I jest, of course. Welcome, Ender King. Brain. I let myself get distracted. Hey, yeah, I just wanted to give you this remix I finished up here. Turn Tech God TG sent Gardenostic GG file explore remix.mp3. So yeah, you don't have to respond to any of that, BT dubs. I'll probably forget half the shit I said anyway. Talk to you tomorrow. Open fresh jams. Pretty good remix. The bottom one's the new one? Okay. I think we've heard Showtime. I think we've heard Aggrieve. I think we've heard Verdancy. Don't think we've heard Potential Verdancy or any of the others. I could be wrong. Location. I guess that makes sense. yes, I am just going to sit here and listen to all of these because it is actually really good music. Kinda gives me a Kingdom Hearts vibe. It's longer than 2:02. It lied to me. Before anything else, can I fast forward it? Oh, it just jumps it forward in time. I see. Ooh. I'm really liking all of the main characters so far, so I do not know if I'll end up agreeing with that Jade's my favorite. But I see the potential. Frankly, the Wayward Vagabond is my favorite main character so far. So, if it's discovered that it's actually a mutated version of one of the main four, it turns out that's my favorite character. Mayor of Cantown. Showtime was definitely better than this. This is good, but it's kind of just... I don't really know what it's supposed to fit to. Obviously not really an issue here. Character does thing in future type thing, but just be careful, like, with whatever you might say about future stuff. Oh, that's the Wayward Vagabond. Rebecca Blue is the person who ate the green. Probably to be named an actual name at some point. Now this one I like a bit. Ooh, I wonder if the icons are what it is, are the characters it's based from. Okay, so this one is all the way, Jade. We can infer that, the record is anything to do with Dave. That leaves Slimer and the Octopus, which I would have assumed was Jade because of all those plushies, but I bet Slimer is John, and the Octopus is Rose. These are tracks based from, is how I'm assuming these icons are to be inferred. Or that these songs were formed from songs that were to do with those them as characters, or when they were the central focus character, maybe even performed by them on their instrument. And it also makes sense that, Jade would have the most of her own music on this thing. This is definitely the most fun one, but it's got the most concerning name. Oh God, what? Oh, next one is Rediscover Fusion. Is this about me? Oh no, the one about me is the one that sucks the most? Joking. The next one is Chrysanthemums, which... chrysanthemum is the name of the flower, right? Actually, it kind of reminds me of the music from the video game, the AVGN Adventures, you know, Angry Video Game Nerd. A little bit. Wait, that is just the underwater level from Mario 64. Oh, it totally is. What? Most of these are really good. Let's hear the one we actually came, though. Oh. Oh shit, okay. You have much story importance assigned to your musical skills, Dave. Slash remixing with Jade's music. Oh dear. These were Showtime remix by Gabe Nezovic, a Grave remix by Gabe Nezovic, Verdancy bassline by Calibration, Potential Verdancy by Robert J. Lake, Oh God What by Nick Smalley, Oh God What remix by Michael Guy Bowman, Rediscover Fusion by Bernd Kirby, and Crystal Anthemums by Alexander Rossetti. Currently, we are listening to Explore remix by Gabe Nezovic. It is a really solid one. Still think Showtime's better, but obviously I'm intrigued from the story side now. Open Echidna and go to mspaintadventures.com. Boggle vacantly at these shenanigans. It begins to dawn on you that everything you just did may have been a colossal waste of time. End intermission. You've broken the game! You open your web browser and visit MSPA. You navigate to a random page in the middle of the latest epic. Looks like he was just finishing up some sort of weird tangential intermission here. Whatever it was, it clearly advanced the plot in no relevant way whatsoever. End intermission. Midnight Crew Act 1031. Dead Shuffle by Mark Hadley. I think we've seen this. How you doing, me Badada? I swear Andrew Hussey's spent so much of his time like, read these other two comics, I swear they're great! Is that the case? That sucks. Seems like it could be a lot of fun. You've killed a little time, but still no sign of John. Oh, Pester Dave. Garden Gnostic began pestering Turntech God at that time. Hi, Dave. Hey, sup? Not much, sup with you, bro. Good one. It's alright being chill, I guess. You know how it goes. Great. Feeling cool today, Mr. Cool Guy? Oh man, you know it. So cool. You know shit is ice cold up in here. Shit is wicked bananas, I am telling you. I am speaking my lines naturally. Shit is wicked bananas. So have you talked to John today? Yeah, we were just talking a while ago about how he sucks at his Sylladex. Can you believe he uses stack? That kid is ridiculous. Lol. Well, that doesn't sound like much fun. What was it you use again? Wait, never mind. I forgot. Whenever we talk about your goofy moduses, I get a migraine. What do you want with John? Smiley face. I want to tell him a happy birthday and ask him about his birthday package. Oh yeah. I was being sort of cagey and told him to check the mail because I was wondering if mine came yet. I think it did. Yeah? And I think mine came too. So, I guess you want to... I lost my place. I guess you want to know if he likes it or something. No! He will not open it! He will lose it! Ooh, future sight! Oh, wow, sorry to hear that, I guess? No, it's good, actually, because he will find it again later when he really needs it. Which, of course, is why I sent it in the first place. See, like, I never get how you know these things. I don't know, I just know that I know. Alright. Anyway, I have to go. I have to feed Beck because which is always a bit of an undertaking. Man, if I were you, I would just take... Man, if I were you, I would just take that fucking devil beast out behind the woodshed and blow its head off. I don't think I could if I tried. Yeah. Say hi to your granddad for me too, okay? Yes, it is. I guess an encounter with him is almost certain. It is usually intense. Well, yeah. Isn't it always with family? But he sounds like a total badass. Yeah, he totally is. Anyway, gotta go. See ya. Heart. I will be back. I will probably more heavily curate the playlist for the next stream, as I do not believe that these particular sounds are great aids to it. That was the perfect time to leave. Just as soon as the nightmares I don't think there's any reason for my internet to be this poor right now. Okay. Assuming I didn't lose you all here, I will continue. Strife. Ooh, oh, okay. I mean, caught me off guard a little bit. Beat Down Striper Style by Kurt Blakesley. Dave's brother making the damn puppet move as though it's the one in the battle. What is this guy? You know, I am kind of respecting the comic book thought process of a speedster who is so fast that he just manipulates puppets. I actually would love to see this rendered in like a Flash comic book as a villain. I'm a little sad that we aren't a part of this, but okay, he cut it. Just cut straight back to her, surrounded by all her little plushies. I mean, I know the feeling, actually. Maybe I go get a few of my own friends here. Give me a moment. have with me here 3 unimaginably sweet characters. Total cinnamon buns. All of them. Oh, dear. Uh-huh. Now then, back to the show. I require a font of frighteningly accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. I think I remember that. Yeah, Jade might be my spirit animal of a character. Alright. Hester Rose. Let's get back to your voice. I mean, it doesn't have to be, Ender. I can bring the screaming and nightmares back if we're so interested. Well, what it was I got a playlist of royalty-free music that's supposed to be good for streams. It's called the fantasy playlist version, and for some reason it includes nightmares. I will endeavor to more heavily curate this playlist for the next stream, so that I'm not getting 37 copyright claims on every stream I do. Or the ones that I do get will at least be Homestuck related. But I could always go back to the screams. Those were nice, weren't they? Calming. Meditative. I require a font of frighteningly accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. Do you know where I can find a wellspring of this sort? I need a different voice for you. Transatlantic? Hey there, how you doing? Yes, I like doing this voice. I used it for Tenna in Deltarune Chapter 3. Yes. Ha ha ha, yes, okay, but we can't talk for long. You have plans? Well, yes, I do, but it's just that you will lose your internet connection soon, and we won't talk again for a pretty long time. Not until you enter. Enter? Hey, yeah! This is what I was talking about. This was the itch that needed scratching. My avarice for the inscrutable. It is limitless. LOL, what did you want to know? You've been insisting today was the big day. We would all play a game you didn't know the name of. A game you said I'd get in the mail, and did. One that would help me answer some questions. But Strider is being obtuse. I can't catch John at his computer. You don't even have the game yourself, and on top of all that, my internet is unstable. So are you sure today is the day? There sure are a lot of challenges, but yes, I am sure. Davis, cool. You soon. Yeah, be quick. Davis, cool. You know he will come around when the time is right. He just has a lot of work to do first, and so do you! You'll need to keep searching for a stable signal and power source. It will be hard, but don't give up! And don't worry about me either! Focusing on playing with John first. Focus on playing with John first. It all starts with you two! Is there nothing else you can say to prepare me for this? I'm sure you think little of blithely upsetting dark forces with Grandpa Maru over there on Hellmurder Island. But honestly, I've only read a few books on it. Haha, Doc, that's ridiculous! I don't really know what to tell you other than it's not going to be what you think it is, and most importantly, you will have your questions answered! But they will be the ones you haven't thought to ask yet! Just be patient and be brave and you'll see it will be fun! Uh-oh, looks like you've got to go. Take care, Rose! Hearts, hearts, hearts! Tentacle therapist ceased pestering Gardenostic. Yes, I'm having so much more fun doing this voice. Be the other girl. You are now the other girl several hours in the future. It appears a secret passage in the mausoleum has been opened. It's getting awfully toasty in here. You gather up your belongings, including your dead cat. Descend. Stop being the other girl and pester John again. You've spent enough time for now concerning yourself with the future of your friends. John will not be available until later. By then, he will have his hands full, as will you. I don't know. For a dead cat, he seemed pretty chill. You pack up your lunch top and get ready to take care of some business downstairs. Descend. Can you hear anything? I can't hear anything. Oh, it's a play button. I see. Let's see what this starts with again. Okay. Boing 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 boing. This might work better if you actually hit the enemy. John's getting his ass handed to him. Imagine they accidentally throw him where he's trying to get. Hey! Go, Nana Sprite! Okay, I think it's repeating. Right? Yeah, okay. Harlaboss by Malcolm Brown. Try as you might, you can't stop your mind from drifting to the fate of your friends. You dwell on a particular configuration of reminders on your finger. Also in the future. But years, not hours. Under bare white branches, a century awakens. Regular awakens with no A at the front. It is a giant worm, implying that this facility we've seen the Wayward Vagabond in is supposed to be kind of like an apple. Under bare white branches, a century awakens. Ooh, you again with the mailboxes. Ooh, sword. Fancy sword. No, no, not game FAQs again. Come on. We were just getting good. Some stuff about captcha codes and punch card alchemy. Is anyone actually reading any of this, or are they all dead? I don't know if anyone besides us is even alive and playing the game. Let me switch over to Rose's voice here. I don't know if anyone is alive, is even alive and playing the game, or if anyone even really cares what we have to say. Rose said I should... What? Okay. Who are we? I don't know who we are. I will switch to default voice. Zoo 1. Maybe I go for... Rose said I should add some stuff to this FAQ if anything occurred to me, so I guess I'm doing that. I figured at the very least it will be a good reference for just us to use, but Dave probably won't read any of this because he's sort of this whopping stupid horsebutt. Whatever. Perhaps I'm Garden based on this, but I don't think that Garden contextually would be writing this. Maybe, though? I finally figured out what those weird codes on the back of capsulog cards are for. Well, maybe not what they're always for, but a way that Spurv has exploited them for an in-game purpose. Every caption timestamp the card... Oh, it is John? I didn't think they'd implied that John was writing any of these. It's been so long since I've done John's voice, I think it's kind of just more like an upbeat version of my own. John, become John. John, I forgot you were the main character, it's been so long. I finally figured out these weird codes on the back of capsulog cards are for, well, maybe not what they're always for, but a way that Spurv has exploited them for an in-game purpose. Every captured item stamps the card with a unique code, and a gizmo in Spurv called the Punch Designix will punch a unique pattern of holes in a card which is derived from that code. The punched card can then be used with other gizmos to duplicate the item and or combine it with another item. I got to thinking about this, and with my amazing hacker skills, I noticed a trend. The whole pattern is based on a fairly simple cipher. Converting, that's amazing to figure that out. What? The whole pattern is based on a fairly simple cipher. Converting the CAPTCHA code to binary, and you didn't just tell me it's John because you were fed up with the other voice I was doing. Did you? Oh. The whole pattern is based on a fairly simple cipher. Converting the CAPTCHA code to binary, and then the binary pattern is punched, where 1 is a punched hole and 0 is an unpunched slot. So, here's the table just to be clear. 0 is 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2. That would imply that I could do a Toby Fox voice. Okay, A10, B, I see, okay. I mean, I get the idea anyway. There are a couple of oddball characters, exclamation point and question mark at the end to bring it up to 63. 0 through 63 equals 64 total, okay. I.e. 6 bits. Cause the binary representation of the... Is John this smart? Cause the binary representation of the CAPTCHA code cards are 6 bits each, which have a range of 0 to 63. So for instance, the CAPTCHA code for the hammer is that. Look up the index for N first, which is 49, The binary of 49 is that. Keep doing that for all the cares and you get. Okay, that's the pattern that will be punched on the card, but the bits are arranged top to bottom, left to right in 4 columns, like this, or punched on a card, like this. Wow, okay, that pretty much looks like shit, but you get the idea. So to combine 2 items, you just overlap 2 punched cards. Only the places where both cards have a hole will show through. So it's sort of like a bitwise and operation on both cards. The new pattern gives you the code for the new item. For instance, combining the code for a hammer and a pogo ride gives a new code with less holes, obviously, which translates to that. That whole pattern went on to make the pogo hammer, which is so rad you have no idea. I've also wondered if you can combine items in other ways, like a bitwise, or... that means combining the like a bitwise OR. That means combining the codes to get more holes, not less, i.e. the new pattern has a hole for every hole on either card. This pattern would be accomplished by double punching a card. Like 2 codes, 1 card. I've got to try that sometime. But there are some mysterious things about all this. First of all, with all the hole slots, there are 48 bits in total. This is amazing, dude. Which means there are almost 300 trillion possible codes, and 300 trillion sounds huge. But when you consider it is supposed to account for all conceivable items, including all the wacky combinations of stuff, it suddenly doesn't seem that big. I think even 300 trillion seems, yeah, you're right, it seems puny. This leads me to believe that not every combination of item has a viable duplicate. But this is kinda obvious anyway, since there are many combinations of punch cards that will produce either a blank card with and, or a totally punched card with or. So there are lots of dud combinations out there, and many that will just lead to the same pattern. Like, for instance, a gun and an atom bomb would make some sort of ultimate death ray. But for that matter, a shoehorn and a potted plant could lead to the exact same pattern. So weird. Also, it seems like combined items will always have patterns with either much fewer holes or much more holes than more ordinary items, which will occupy the vast meaty middle of all possible patterns. It is strange and counterintuitive that more complex objects have simpler patterns, but hey, there you have it. But all this sort of makes me guess this system can be cracked in some way. You think you're halfway there, bro? Like if you have a complicated item and you want to extract simpler items, components from it, there might be some algorithm for deriving the pattern you want, or at least narrowing down the possibilities. There might also be a way of charting through the simpler patterns on both ends of the bit spectrum, and pinning down the ones that will make cooler stuff. You have to think! They did this in... him being a programmer does not excuse the fact that he figured this out in half a day. Programmer. Genius. Like, what in God's name? This is incredible. And just to give credit to Andrew Hussey for a second here, it is amazing that all of this inane technobabble that he's able to make kinda make sense because he clearly knows his own fair share about programming is littered throughout this whole comic. There might also be ways of charting through the simpler patterns on both ends of the bit spectrum, and pinning down the ones that will make cooler stuff, who knows? I want to ask Jade about this because she's really good at this sort of thing. Somehow, even though she doesn't have my elite haxer cred. Too bad she makes herself so scarce all the time. Jade, if you ever read this, let me know what you think. He converted physical cards to binary. Punch Card Calculator by Gankra. Oh, it leads to a Twitter. I will follow. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, an image URL. Go to Google Images. I don't understand anything. Dude, that is so. I'm gonna save this one. This is insane. It's all the little stupid games. I swear. Okay. Exit. You enter the laboratory. Look for mad scientists. If possible, also accept non-mad ones. There are no scientists to be found, mad or otherwise. Or anyone for that matter. The lab appears to be deserted. There is a kiosk, though. Ooh, is this the, a tiny version of the Wayward Vagabond's wrist pattern? Or a large version. A large version. I don't think it's the same pattern. Yeah, I think it was a 9-grid square on the Wayward Vagabond, right? It looks like the kiosk monitors the lab's enormous hub grid. Transportalize as far down as you can go. This is as far down as you can go. The Grand Foyer is still a few floors down, but the transportalizer on that level is blocked by one of Grandpa's impressive big game trophies, and you just don't think he would cotton to someone moving it. I've never seen the word cotton used like that. Is it a chessboard? No, it totally is. Speaking of which, here are some of his trophies now. He has a million of these ghastly things. You really dislike them. I mean... Yeah. Kind of concerned about the griffin right there. Proceed. That word is ruined for me entirely by Deltarune. You hop down a level. Granddad also likes to accumulate valiant knights from his travels. These are pretty cool, you guess. Keep going. Alright, I feel like I should bring the screams back. Oh yeah, how could you forget about his stash of decrepit mummies? God, you hate these things. Don't stop. No notes, huh? Okay. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless her portrait has spent at least 20 years bleaching in the front window of a beauty parlor, a sort of establishment he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. Is your granddad real, or is this all you? Just your multiple personalities? You guess they were sort of like your sisters growing up, and you were always encouraged to look up to them. They are all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it was always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you will rise to the task and take your rightful place among the daughters of Eclectica. That old coot sure is a bag of wind. Complete your descent. Oh, I'm a worm. Is this Grandpa? You reached the ground level. This is the stupid thing blocking the transportalizer. It is unspeakably hideous, and I think it's wearing like a mask or something, based on how the white is over the green. Down the southeast hall is the grand foyer. You'll have to cross through it to leave the house. Looks like someone's pestering you, even though you thought you logged off. Answer. Arsonist. I don't remember this one. I think this one might be new. I think I've read the name before, for sure. Because what is Tentacle is Rose. Or God, I feel stupid. I have notes. Let's see if I wrote it down. Evidently not. The finds to act like this sometimes. I mean, I'm getting this, the vibe regardless of eternally pissed off. Given, the trolls thing. Man, maybe, I bet all it is I read the name on a past Pester Chum thing, and I just put it in my mind. That's why I'm thinking I've met the person. Or at least heard from them before. Let me think about this. I didn't bring Flowey over, so you're stuck with a version of him. Idiot. Okay, let me think. Hi again, idiot. Oh no! So I guess today is finally the day you fuck everything up! Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? You can leave me alone. How can you even be talking to me after I blocked you and after I logged out? You don't get that I am better and smarter than you in every way, and I should now start doing my voice like bots because it's like smarter, sharper, brighter, newer. No. You don't get that I am better and smarter than you in every way forever. You don't get that because you are incredibly stupid! I get that you're a jerk and that you should shut up! Goodbye, you... Garden Gnostic blocked carcinogeneticist at 1306. I haven't watched the pilot since I started this, and I have no intentions to. Because it's like, if I'm gonna do this, might as well avoid spoilers. Look at the kiosk. Looks like a mapping of each hub's index. It appears one of the hubs was recently unlocked. Ooh, is that the Wayward Vagabond room, perhaps? Maybe. But no, that would be far in the future. But yeah, time might be wacky here. Go to the center and do a goofy dance. At the center, you find that thing. Yeah. You find a little stage that looks perfect for supporting a spectacularly silly dance. Or it would if standing on it didn't make you a little nervous. And also if that didn't sound like a that idea given the circumstances. It looks sort of like the various contraptions you've been deploying in John's house. You wonder what it does. Attempt to plug laptop into nearby hub. Oh my god. Nah! Your modus kinda sucks, Rose. Great, you just vaporized your dead cat. Oh well, ashes to ashes, you guess. There's gotta be a better way to deal with this lousy tree. Pick a new modus. You've got the worst one. Looks like you can choose between picking leaves or awkwardly uprooting the whole tree as you've been doing. You select leaf. You also turn off auto balance, since its consequences can be a little more mystifying sometimes. You gather up all the items again in an order that places your laptop in a conveniently accessible leaf. You're not sure why you didn't do this a lot sooner. It's almost like this system's being come up with as we go. Kind of a funny looking tree now, but your concern for structural elegance is at an all-time low. Find the unlocked hub. As long as you're going to plug in your computer, you might as well find that hub. Here it is, Hub SN Lab 413. It is unlocked and thus removable from the grid. You suspect this was the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal you were using earlier. You pick the laptop leaf from the tree. You plug your laptop into the hub, then captcha log the hub and then the laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what's that? It's another one of those. These ambiguous, these ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. It looks like this one may have been ticking for years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, there will be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again in the future. Oh, another timer winds down sideways. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. We've got a whole Omnitroid situation going on. Abscond. Hey! Stripe. Alright, Dave might not be as fast as his bro, but he's no slouch himself. Nice. It's like, you can afford to be this much of a dork if you're this much of a badass. He's appearing in two places at once? Oh, that's fucked. He's moving so fast, back and forth. I warned you about stairs, bro! I told you, dog! How long are these stairs? I think I should save Dave from this. It keeps happening! What does? You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Look around. God, the jump to absolutely no music is uncomfortable. You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Plenty of coordinates. It appears to be Skynet's. I just got it. Oh no. Primary session terminal. Monitoring a great number of SPURB sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dot on the map appears to be a meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions, green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. So... curious about this little just green center among all of these already impacted meteors, actually. Like, was there some kind of fortress there? Maybe that repelled a few? Something like that? Man. You use the panel to center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are, of course, the hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an educated stab at it. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. Well, I think you should filter out any that are gonna burn out in atmosphere, obviously. Though, maybe it already is. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only their coordinates. The second biggest is centered over a US city. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It can become its own little continent. I think it might even have a larger land area than Australia if it did. Turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again and turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your Spurb session reconnects. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You will have to navigate via the Spurb interface to find him. Ascend. Oh, cool. Mayor guy? Wait, where? Oh, you mean in the ocean. Got it. I was like, he's just here? I was baffled. Oop, I can't even choose to not go up. Control T does nothing here, nor does Alt T. Oh, I see. Back. Up. Zoom. Okay, this should be it. Boing, 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 boing. At least you're actually hitting them now. It's the same song from before, right? Harlem Boss by Malcolm Brown. It seems like a pretty intense attack on Nana Quinn's part. Sweet. Boing. That hammer's giving you some stupid portal boots logic for physics. So, do you get the XP for that one, John? I hope. High five, Nanaquin. Left hanging long enough. Durr. Good work, John. Oh, hey, you're back. Oh. For now, I'll have to leave again shortly. It looks like there's another large meteor headed for my present location. Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you? Not yet. I'll explain later. But I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems merely to exist as a kind of warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence. Okay. I don't really think I get it. Is this relevant? Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you. I have to go. Okay, later. P.S. Try not to waste too much of that grist while I'm gone. Climb the echelon. You rocket up the echelon to the dizzying heights of the vaunted boy Skylark rung. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. Collect fat loots. You and your ceramic pork hollow rejoice in the sound of wealth yielded from that from your meteoric ascent up the ladder. You are still not sure what all these boon dollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot over fist like this, who cares? Not you. Pick up as much grist as you can hold. Oh yeah, your limit will have gone up with leveling up. That's excellent. Your expanded cachet limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. You gather up 2260 pieces of build grist, 1040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, which I believe might be new, these two, and 350 drops of mercury. You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be, just barely insufficient to produce. Oh. I love this comic, it's not obvious. Oh god, there's grist littered down there too. Those stupid ogres were like huge grist piñatas. One of those big sour grape electric holocaust fruit gushers is jammed in the hole in the bottom. You guess there's only one way to get it. John, don't forget your book. It is your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment, particularly the first several pages. That's where all the lore dump is. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana? Yes, dear? Since I am trying to get up to that gate, and since you can sort of conjure floating beds and throw me around and all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate? Yes, of course, John, but that would not serve your purpose well. You need to level up, dipshit. There's like a much bigger monster or something at the end of all this. There is a very good reason why you should build up to it and then keep building. Oh, okay. I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why is... Oh, yeah. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why that is with a clear explanation, you can give me a series of really coy riddles about it and then sort of giggle? John, you are a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I am so proud of you. I guess. When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You will find the place where the constellations dance beneath the clouds, and then your true work may begin. I suddenly understand everything. Elsewhere, we find a place. That is a place. That is an accurate description. Where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness. It feels like we're entering a different story. Ah, there we go, okay. Welcome back, Daddy Egbert. Dun 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 dun. I feel kind of bad for all these imps. None of them really they all seem like they're out of their depth. Every time they're on screen. Okay. More of a major antagonist here, perhaps? This looks like the same monitors that the Vagabond was looking at before. In the future. Graveyard stuffers. You are now the Peregrine Mendicant. What's great about you saying the timing for you saying that, Ender, is that it would be equally funny to me if the main villain was either this guy or the mailbox person. You are flying westward in your peculiar mobile station. You have no sense of your bearings presently. The door is blocked by a metal column, which extended through the entry shaft before liftoff. What will you do? Check mail. This message to Dr. Brenner looks pretty serious. And I have the same tattoo as the other guy. Open envelope. Oh, wait, first. Attention, serious business. Maple Valley, Washington. Okay. Never! The mail is sacred, and sacred is the trust between the postman and the recipients of his precious parcels. You have made a solemn pledge to deliver this letter to the doctor, just as soon as you determine where this address is, or find any sort of discernible mailing address in this wasteland. For that matter, the mail is freedom, the mail is life, the mail is the very fabric of civilization. Oh, wait. Hold that thought for a second. The mail is the one final hope for resurrecting a dead planet from its ashes, and the letter carriers are the brave soldiers of God in this righteous crusade. They are the defenders of the light of knowledge, free communication, and the exchange of ideas. They are the bold toters of all those little papery conduits of freedom. The white postmarked angels that whisper a message on their deliverance. A promise to the yearning, there is hope yet. Liberty, reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection. Mail. Examine keyboard and screen. It's the terminal you use to activate the station's homing mechanism. It looks like it has now returned control to you. Right, that's what happened when he typed in home before, but... Wait. Okay, so we're... confused. This is a different station, then? Than the one that the Vagabond activated? Because the Vagabond is the one who activated the homing mechanism for the station he was in. The default viewports displays commands previously entered, including your last and only command, home. Type view. Oh, awesome. You type another one of the previously entered commands. It switches to the view of a young girl standing alone somewhere. There is a heavy amount of video interference of some sort. The girl seems familiar to you. Greetings. I am going to give you some information from the future. And I am, based on context, much more useful than the other person who gives information from the future. I will not be asking you for can openers. Don't I know you? Paradox, perhaps? Or someone else is already communicating with Jade is what's going wrong here. What's going on? Please don't blow up. Oh, my. I kind of like you, male person. I refuse to acknowledge the absurd tea set. You successfully disregard the tea set because it's stupid and shouldn't be in a place like this. You probe further into the lab. Looks like a little girl's room. This all strikes you as a bit odd. No time for messing around in here, though. Wear the scarf, be the writer. What scarf? I don't see a scarf. Okay, maybe you'll do a little messing around. You are only human after— Ah! What's that? You are accosted by a friendly mutant kitten. I don't care what John's got going on. I want to know more about the mutant kitten. Resist great urge to take the wedged shell. You know you should grab this thing, but you are suddenly feeling apprehensive about entering your father's room. With all the scampering about, it almost slipped your mind how much you hate his hideous clowns. No use putting it off any longer. There is only one thing left to do. Give me a D. Give me an E. Give me an S. Give me a C. Is this a description? Jump down. Plus 50. Scamper into the grand foyer with wild abandon. Ah, okay. Last scamper. You scamper your heart out and bump into something. You don't know why he always insists on keeping it so dark in here. Oh, look. It was one of his dumb globes. These things make it awfully difficult to navigate the foyer. We get it, Granddad. You like to travel around the world going on adventures and stuff. Lousy, goddamn, stupid globes. Try to decide. It is between Jade and Dave. Who's got the most reason to be irritated with their respective significant character family member? It's Dave, but David he appears to not be as irritated as he probably should be. So I don't know. Arm yourself. Grandpa will surely have stern words for you if he catches you without your trusty rifle at the ready. That's just what you need. Another one of his blustering, mustachioed diatribes. You are rolling your eyes in advance, getting them warmed up. But ideally you can evade him altogether. All you have to do is get past the fireplace and out the front door, and you will be scot-free. Examine those chaps on the sofa, must you? These are the Manor's 4 distinguished house guests. They like to gather here by the fireplace for tea time, as well as pretty much all other times. It's all very mannerly and civilized. You know exactly what's going to happen when you try to sneak by. The fireplace is going to light up and your grandpa's silhouette is going to appear in front of the fire to give you a good spook. He is so predictable. And there he goes! The old man has the flame! Are we sure your granddad isn't the main antagonist? Horny, get out of the way. You suppose you could still manage to sneak by the crafty old man if you are fast enough. Avoiding an encounter would be ideal. Encounters with him are usually intense. Leap dramatically across the divide. Oh no! Whoops, you guess an encounter with him is almost certain now, but most likely not for a while. Time to see what someone else is up to. Oh, let's say Dave. Strife! This is a very long stripe. This is the longest stripe so far in the series. Aw, snap! Reloader. Whoa! Okay. I wasn't in the right headspace for this. Psych out! Jade? Is your grandpa a really cheap doll? Aggrieved. Another one of these. Pew pew pew! I mean, he could just... There goes the hat. He could just be Frankenstein. It's the roll. Once again, Control-T has no effect. Unfortunate. Dissension by David Coe. This is no business being as epic of a color scheme as it is. What? Yes, I am going out with this gun! No, I will not go get a bigger one! No, I will not take yours! I can't even lift it! Oh, that is so preposterous! Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine! This is a perfectly deadly gun, and it shoots lots of incredibly deadly bullets! Oh, will you just stop it? I am going now! Goodbye! Heart! Abscond! He was so much easier to deal with when he was alive! Good God. It's gonna be very unfortunate if her granddad gets nana-sprited. Miraculously survive. Unlocked page block spot used by Andrew Hussey for behind-the-scenes commentary during the early days of Homestuck. Peer out. Oh, okay. Peregrine Mendicator, whatever it is. Peer out explosion hole. I am a worm. Refuse to acknowledge the absurd hidden. No! No! Why do we keep stepping away from really adorable things happening? Well, let's go to another adorable thing. You failed miserably. Oh, look, there's some more mad science crap over here. Insert coin. This weird arcade gizmo adapted to this setup obviously doesn't take coins anymore, assuming it ever did. Besides, you left all your coins on the fridge, remember? Let's play a game. This doesn't appear to be a game. It appears to be a purifier. So, the wayward vagabond wasn't just making up names. Screw around with the purifier. You messed with the controls. Hey, Jasper is alive! Or at least he was in the past. According to the timestamp, this was almost 9 years ago. You try to move the crosshairs with the joystick, so this is like a more advanced purifier that you can view the past with. You try to move the crosshairs with the joystick, but it seems to be permanently locked on a specific target. You might be able to unlock it, but you clearly don't have much time to horse around with this thing. You zoom out. It looks like you and Jaspers were having one of your sessions. You weren't making a lot of progress, though, because Jaspers was in no doubt being characteristically recalcitrant. You possibly jotted this phrase down in your pad. It's hard to remember, though. Wait, could it be that day? Pause time paradox. You attempt to purify Jaspers. This would surely cause a time paradox, because you can plainly see that he has not told you his secret yet. But it seems the machine has a safety mechanism to prevent such irresponsible purification practices. The paradox ghost imprint of Jaspers purifies instead, and quickly settles into a mound of sludge. The machine beside it sucks up the paradox sludge and begins some kind of automated procedure. It seems whatever sort of primordial, biochemical properties the sludge possesses is being evaluated by the device. Oh, so you're not the first person to try and purify Jaspers, for some reason. The device generates a fatal paradox clone of Jaspers. The wretched creature exhibits a number of unfortunate mutations, though. The good news is that it will be mercifully unestablished along with this facility shortly. This is also the bad news. Whoever was operating this machine in the past may have been making unsuccessful attempts to perfect the science of ectobiology. Pester a chum perhaps about this? Have a flashback. There is no need for a flashback. Conveniently, you can watch what happened right here on the monitor. That's funny. That's really funny. You roll the clock forward a few seconds. Jaspers reveals his stunning secret to you in strict confidence. Before you could ask him to clarify, he vanished into thin air with the same -1 FY symbol we saw before. You now believe you understand why. However, you were not the one to purify him from this moment. Your hand was nowhere near the controls just now. A couple weeks after he vanished, his body washed up along the riverbank. His suit was a mess. Your mother fitted him with a new one just before the absurd funeral service she insisted upon. Trace Jasper's whereabouts on the machine. You roll the clock forward to a week after he vanished. It seems there is no accessible feed tracing his whereabouts during that time frame. You fast forward another week. There he is, just as you found him. Fast forward to now. You're not very good at fast forwarding quickly, are you, Rose? Nice. But where is that? Zoom out first before you appearify. Assuming you want to. Corral for Jaspers by Michael Guy Bowman. It's Jaspers! He's alive? Optimistic? Okay. Well, okay, he's still dead, but his body is intact. Turns out it wasn't some kind of disintegratificator, like you thought. It's more like an escapolyzer. A purified Jaspers immediately. At least, whatever this countdown is, we get to experience it together, kitty cat. Good thing you finally got all this sorted out. You only have 10 seconds to spare. Time to stash the dead cat in Amscray. Stop fooling around and transportalize out of there. Locate and feed the devil beast you call a pet, Jade. Pretty decent escapalization. Good luck finding him. If he wants to be found, he will find you. The Quirrell has always managed to elude your prognosticative faculties. He is completely invisible to your intuition somehow, a property almost totally unique to him. It used to freak you out a little, but you have long since grown accustomed to it. Oh, it was nothing. Nothing at all. Moving right along. Retrieve the package you expected to arrive. The birthday package you were expecting from John arrived months late, and yet right on time. It landed over there past the crumbling monument, a satellite to the great mystic ruins, at the center of the crater lagoon. Triple somersault into room, etc. Stick the landing. Okay, you do that. You are now in your dad's room. Where are all the clowns? Does he only have clowns to mess with me? That bastard! You spot your dad's briefcase beside you. It probably contains all sorts of clues, or at least various forms and paperwork critical to his trade as a hilarious street performer. Snoop. Ah yeah, here come the secrets. Get ready for some major revel... Wait a minute. These are just boring business documents and spreadsheets. What the hell is going on here? Examine your dad's room. A hat! Shoes! Kind of boring! No! No! It can't be! Just a businessman! Not all that into clowns! Most shocking twist yet! Who's this douchebag? Harry Anderson, Harry the Handsome Butcher. What was is Dadbert just like a future version of John who is pretending to be his own father and knows that past version of John hated clowns, so put them everywhere to screw with him? Calm down. It'll be all right. So all those years, you believed he was out busking up the corners with hilarious antics. He was working as an ordinary businessman all along. He was just a man trying to make a good, honest living for his son. Maybe he was too embarrassed to tell you the truth. Or maybe it was just that you'd never bothered to ask. You guessed you always just assumed. The human prisoner has broken out of his jail cell yet again. Attempts to block the cell door with heavy objects have proven futile. We'll be back. Welcome back, Nightmares. Okay. The human prisoner has broken out of his cell. I read this already. Main antagonist until I have a song of my own. This is the main antagonist song. You're going to need a bigger safe. Who's this guy? Enter name. Spade Slick. Ooh, who's typing? Spade Slick. Got a nice ring to it. But you know your own name, and that damn well ain't your name. Take another stab at it. State, name, and rank. Okay. You are Archagent Jack Noir. You oversee various affairs of a dark kingdom. Presently, you are determining how to deal with this prisoner, who has been a thorn in your side since he was apprehended. You view the affairs of the kingdom through a series of fenestrated walls, as opposed to defenestrated ones. You have 3 walls, nearly enough to form a cubicle of vigilance, which is a full and proper enclosure for an agent of your stature. However, much to your utter contempt, your fourth wall was stolen some time ago. Done, comical hat. This frivolous headdress turns your stomach. You'd sooner stick your head in a furnace than coax it into this monstrosity's loathsome, colorful maw. It's bad enough that your exalted ruler ordered everyone to drape themselves in these hideous rags the moment the troublesome human with the pipe and his child showed up. But you draw the line at the hat. Call a minion. You order one of your burliest agents to the scene. He brings something heavier this time. Your transmission is interrupted. It seems your glorious monarch has concerns over your wardrobe. Why aren't you wearing the hat? Fine! You begrudgingly don the comical hat. Stupid, lousy bison justly, though, what a royal pain in the ass! Throw down hat in disgust. You fully intend to once your superior stops breathing down your neck for a second. Wait, what now? Your blood is boiling so hot you could cook an egg on your carapace. Looks like you'll have to go handle this yourself. Investigate room for anything Dad may have left behind. It seems there are some unopened birthday presents which Dad didn't get around to giving you yet. Present time, open a present, see what's inside. Blue's Clues! So this is like a fetch modus. It's like you can insert multiple fetch moduses and maybe like change it somehow. The one on the right seems promising. You open it to see what's inside and oh god, yes, obtain sweet loot. You tear into this thing and put a mean peep on the sweet loot. In addition to the modus control deck, you got a bonus array fetch modus. Plus another 12 cards, which are practically worthless by this point, but hey, you'll take them. This feels almost like God mode in this world. First thing you do is flush the extra cards into your deck. Okay, really, this is just way too many cards. Equip Array Fetch Modus. The Array Modus allows you to store and retrieve any item from any card at any time. It seems like that should be everyone's Fetch Modus. Is it expensive? It seems exceptionally serviceable, albeit difficult to weaponize. Boring! Yeah. Difficult to weaponize in the sense that you can't launch things as easily from it. Read instructions for control deck. There's nothing to read, really. You just pop some modus cartridges in the slots, fire it up, and see what happens. You start by putting the stack and queue modi, which are the same ones with different settings, in the slots. Your Sylladex now behaves like both a stack and a queue. Items can be removed from either the top or the bottom card. You see no reason at all not to jam the array cartridges in there too. You make sure to blow the dust out first, of course. The Sylladex reconfigures itself into an array of distinct queue stacks. Now we're talking. This is just the sort of needless complexity you have come to expect from your inventory management system. Unwrap the smallest present first. You have a staunch policy of always saving the biggest present for last. Always. You receive a box of delicious fruit gushers! This is way better than Betty Crocker! Could this birthday get any better? You don't think so. You know, I think I have a few notes. If I'm being real with you, John. Open the big one. You thought wrong! It's just a suit. Fill up an entire Q stack with shoes. Okay, awesome. Q stacks full of shoes. Captcha log fruit gushers. Dang, you spaced out and put it in the wrong Q stack. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this thing. Closely inspect fruit gushers box. Massive tropical brain hemorrhage. Made with real fruit. So delicious, you can't wait to captcha log one of these. You can't wait to captcha log one of these packs and make like a million gushers. Screw all this nonsense, all this building nonsense. You'd rather make candy. Wait a minute. No! No! It can't be. The heinous Batter Witch has her gnarled claws in everything. What do gushers have to do with baked goods anyway? How does this make sense? Why? Why? Mental breakdown. They're everywhere! This is stupid. Hardly Quinn by Mark Hadley. Retrieve package. Do we finally have the server? No, that's in the car, isn't it? Ooh. Strife with... Okay. I admit this is concerning. Okay. You're not a squirrel. Shoot anywhere else. Let's get the package. Bang! R. Senalize. Control T. It didn't work. I am getting the distinct impression, artillerate, that this is by far the most dangerous of the various things we've seen. Whatever this guy is. You know, crazy thought here, Jade. Maybe stop going for the headshot. Doesn't seem to be working. Armamentify? Ooh, you're right. That's totally the same face as the pumpkin. Good catch. What are all these things? Is this just all of time wrapping into one thing? What is going on here? Arf. Go fetch. You've broken the game. I guess good dog. This could be a lot worse. Best friend, good dog. That was amazing. Oh, it's still amazing, okay. This is like the doodle she drew later. Okay, an unbreakable union by calibration, carefree victory. Oh, still going. Oh no, this is repeating now. Carefree victory by Andrew Huo and Toby Fox. I choose to believe that there's no reason to be concerned about anything right now. Huh? Check self for any mixed atoms with cat. Atoms? Nope, no mixed atoms. Looks like you and your kitty kept your genes to yourselves. Your new kitty, whose name is... You'll think of one later. Hey, where the heck are you anyway? Look around room. Definitely not Dave's house. Oh, you're back home. The well-stocked bar and the vantage from the window tells you this is your mom's room, or at least what you thought was her room. You decide not to be especially melodramatic about this revelation. Watch the meteor impact. Huh, that's funny. Shouldn't that place be unestablished by now? The downpour of smaller meteors has stopped. Ah! You know, sometimes you just gotta learn to shut up, Rose. Or narrator, whoever was having those thoughts. Better get out of here. This room is a powder keg with all these booze lying around. Get down to business to defeat the Huns. Suddenly you are feeling very businessman-like for some reason. Must be like father. Must. You just punched a shitload of cards in anticipation of making a whole lot of cool stuff. This time you didn't foolishly destroy any items. You just looked at the codes for some objects you rounded up and punched them on blank cards. You wonder how much alchemizing you can get away with before Rose gets back. As if she's got any right to tell you what to do with your hard-earned grist. You're the one running around putting your ass on the line. All she's got to do is mess around with her computer. Anyway, you better hurry. So this is what it means to become more businesslike? Stop listening to women? Jade, dream. Snooze. Robo Jade? Do you always go active when she's sleeping? Oh. You are now dreaming. Your dream bot is awake and active. Is this okay? Obliquely foreshadow future through interpretive dance. Your silly dance foreshadows nothing and is essentially meaningless, but it sure is a lot of fun. Quick, get into bed. No? Okay, that's actually adorable. Fine. You climb into bed and try to get comfortable, but some sort of invisible force is pressing down on you, a strange feeling of cold, heavy metal. This happens every time you try to get into bed. No wonder you can never get any sleep. So is this basically a separate character, if for all intents and purposes? Realize you can fly. There is not much to realize. Of course you can fly. Open the package. You stop all this flying around nonsense and examine John's birthday package. Unfortunately, you cannot open it yet. This package has an important journey to make first. You are planning on delivering it momentarily. Good thing you already know what's inside, otherwise you would surely be consumed by curiosity and suspense. You sincerely pity anyone who might be forced to endure such a fate months in the past. But not many. Enough for the above weather to be seasonably reconcilable. Ghostly trickster began. Oh, you've changed your handle at that point. Began pestering Gardenostic. I was wondering what GT was. Hey, happy birthday, Jade! Yay, thank you, John! Whew! It's page 1000. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Whew! Okay, I got your present in the mail just on time. Plus, I sent Rose's and Dave's, too. Why do your guys' birthdays gotta be all bunched together like that? You are running me ragged. I know, but it is nice to think nice of you to think of all of us like that. It is good that we are reaching the end of the stream, because I am losing my ability to read. I can't wait for you to see what I got you. I don't want to spoil it or anything, but hopefully it will help you solve those problems you've been having lately. Is it a hat that you wear that'll slap you when you fall asleep? Mysterious wink. I'm sure it is great. I cannot wait either. It might take a while to get here from there, but it will be worth the wait. Oh man, I am such an idiot. I forgot about how long it takes you to get stuff. John, that's okay, really. I'm sure we'll get to me exactly when it needs to, and it will be a nice surprise when it does. Okay, well, I hope so. Hearts! Hold on. Okay, I'm back, sorry. I had to tell someone to go away. The asshole? Douchebag? Miscreant? Oh god, the trolls again? Yep. They have been such a pain in the ass lately. It seems like there really are so many. There are either like 50 of those, or it's one guy with a lot of alt accounts. I've never had any sort of feeling about them, or what they want, which is kind of weird. But it seems to me like they are probably all different people and not one guy. I have counted 12. What do they want with us? Some people just like to needle others for some reason, John. It is like a game, I guess. They are like pranksters. Oh, well, oh, hell no. Shittiest pranksters ever. But I think they are mostly harmless. Every so often they manage to get through my block filter and hassle me. It's been going on for years. Actually, some of them are kind of funny, I think. Oh, wow, what, years? Okay, well, I am sick of them. I've been thinking of changing my Pester Chum handle to throw them off the trails. Ah, there we go. So, I guess I'm gonna do that. Make totems. You have already carved a few totems, but you have had to return to the living room for more Crooksite dowels. Your carving work is not nearly complete. Every time you re-enter your room, you shudder at the recent handiwork of some mischievous imps. You just can't turn your back on them for a second. Rotten imps. Those posters were like children to you. Flea room. At long last, you have returned to your bedroom with a stable power supply and internet connection. Vodka Mutini purrs at your side. Yeah, you suppose you will call it Muty for short. Feels like a slur in the Marvel Universe, but okay. Pester John. That's quite a totem collection. What are you planning? Oh, hi! Oh, gonna make some stuff. Are you okay? Hasn't your house been on fire for like 5 hours now? No, that was a nearby forest, which up until quite recently would have been best described as on fire. But you may be excited to learn that just as recently, my house finally notched that achievement. Wow, congrats, I guess? Thank you. Have you seen Dave? Nah, his bro is probably kicking his ass. That's probably all there is to say on the matter. Okay, I'm going to start putting this grist to use too. Let's be sparing with the frivolous knick-knack breeding and focus on getting you up to that gate, okay? Yeah, okay, I hear you, but I think we'll have plenty. I've been killing imps all over the house, and now it's lousy with gushers. Gushers? I mean grist. Serves them right for ruining my posters, the bastards. Which posters? Don't you see? My sweet movie posters. Look at them. They're fucking ruined. John? Huh? Are you suggesting that imps are responsible for defacing your movie posters? Yeah? Your posters have looked like that ever since I first saw your room. The moment we started playing this game, I thought you had defaced them ironically to mock your father's interests. John? Very funny, Rosa! Yeah, no, it's not, right? I'm fairly confident that the posters we'd seen at the beginning of all this did look normal. So we're seeing a time has changed or something. I don't even understand that as something to call autistic people. Nice joke. Great joke there, Rose. Top of the line prank. This is good. Laughter is probably the best way to avoid being especially melodramatic about the revelation. Yes, yes, let's keep this joke going because it is such a good one. Oh my. Wayward Vagabond, yes! Okay. I will get to the end of, well, depending on how long this goes, I will get to the end of Wayward Vagabond's section here, and I'm going to call it a day for the stream. You cannot descend from the top of your mobile station. The loose cable you gathered up and tied together is not yet long enough to allow you to reach the ground safely. You have used all the cable you can find. You will have to come up with another plan. This is the only way we can make you engage with the main plot, as we literally had to trap you in this facility. You have used... Oh, okay. Sacrifice your mayoral sash for more cables. Never. No way! No way! No! Absolutely not! What are you, crazy? A mayor does not relinquish his mayoral sash under any circumstances ever! Period! Purify the temple. That's such a dumb idea. Not as dumb as using your sash, but it comes close. That temple is way too big. You probably just end up purifying a chunk of useless boring rock. Wait, what's that? I believe your name was Serenity, right? Serenity, if you're using Morse code now, it can't be yellow. I won't be able to see it. Wait, what's that? There's something dangling from the top of one of the towers near the temple. Command Serenity. Oh, yeah, Serenity, there we go. Command Serenity to carry the rope to you. She is a tiny insect and cannot possibly lift more than the weight of a pumpkin seed. She does, however, inform you of what the ledge contained through a series of informative blinks. There is an old rusty harpoon lodged into the crumbling rock. Tied to it is a bunched-up jumble of handy cable. This strikes you as convenient. It is almost as if someone knew you would need a bunch of cable, and that you would have a mayoral sash made out of cable. and that you were particularly attached to the mayoral sash and would stubbornly refuse to use it. Anyone who knew that much would surely possess a special gift. Alas, it seems a bit far-fetched. Get ye rope. Okay, we just established it was a cable and not a rope, but that's okay. You take a hasty swig from one of your delicious pawns and put down. You then quickly adjust the coordinates to purify the jumble of handy cable. Ooh. To Mr. Mayor! Oh, of course, the time wasn't set to the present moment. Somehow it got reset to a few hundred years ago. It is some sort of present from the past, in the present, attached as an envelope. It looks extremely important. I agree! You open the envelope. Inside is a letter and another envelope. This is all highly confusing, and you do not know what to make of it. Still, is there a can opener in the box, perhaps? Still, it is obviously critical mayoral business, which you take very seriously, and you will defend this package with your life. Try to purify the cable again. You set the time to the present and purify the jumble of cable. Take obvious course of action. You tie all the cable together and carefully lower your precious pumpkin bindle. You then rappel down the station with the package, which must not leave your side. Years in the future from this? Which is to say, the present moment precisely. With a gun, which is probably chill, because the only person we've seen with a gun is pretty chill. I hope. Maybe it's like aged Jade. Nope, it would seem not. Another carapace person. Ooh, hello! Unlocked albums, Homestuck volumes 2 and 3. Ooh, are we at the end of Act 3 almost? An aimless renegade pairs for company. Well. Build as much as you can as fast as you can, Rose. I believe that is where we're gonna call this. That is about as good of an ending, I think, as we're likely to get here. Big cliffhanger moment. Say goodbye to Angel Dust, I suppose. I don't know. Is it wrong that I think that these two would actually have an outstanding dynamic if they ever met? I imagine Angel, kind soul that he is, would chill out a little bit. All right. Have a great day, everybody.